Hey, hey, happy Friday, everybody. You made it. Let's make sure my internet is working properly. I hope you're all having had a great week, and we're getting ready for this full moon in Libra. So, I just posted the free forecast on Patreon. You can go there to Patreon/Astrostrega. Someday I will get another website, but when you have two kids in college, money's very tight. And a website is not a priority at the moment. So let's get right to it here. Alrighty, here we go. So we have a very Venetian infused full moon coming on Saturday, which is tomorrow, April 12th. It's going to happen at about 8:22 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Now this moon goes under many titles. It's been called the egg moon, the pink moon, the fish moon, the sprouting grass moon, on and on it goes. Now, this full moon is all about the welcoming of springtime. It's new beginnings, planting a few seeds, and watching them grow. This is also called the pink moon, and it's because of that pink hue that you will see during this time. It's in a correlation with rose quartz, the stone of self-care, love, peace, harmony, healing, universal love, and unconditional love. So tomorrow evening when you go outside and you look at your moon, you will notice a pink hue around the moon or on the moon. Happens every year about this time, like clockwork. So now Libra is all about balance and harmonious energy, but it's also about justice and laws. And these next few weeks, Venus is in Venus is in charge. The goddess of love and money is in charge. And what may seem to appear as a negative could actually be an absolute blessing in disguise. So, especially my Libras, don't get too bent out of shape or torn up about things. Stars have better in store. Now, Libra moons are all about diplomacy. It's about balance. It's legal news. Yes, it's indecisiveness, but it's also harmony and bringing things to fruition and completion. From the full to the new, it's all about ending things, contemplating, and downtime. This energy also represents partnerships. It represents alliances, contracts, justice, laws, and the balance of those scales. Many of us will be experiencing endings within our own domestic and business life. The key is to keep things calm, balanced, and even harmonious if you can. These next 2 weeks, do not sign any contracts, travel, or start up any new projects at this time. Like I said, it's time to put things to rest. It's time to recuperate and wait for better stars. We must keep this energy as balanced as we possibly can. And that means that the news will become very depressing and it will take a toll on the human psyche if it hasn't already. Okay. I'm not suggesting that we all bury our heads in the sand, but do step away from the negative rhetoric that is involved with media. Now, the scales must remain balanced or we will feel that ungrounded energy. We must all try to remain strong these next few weeks because of the strong Mars, Venus, and Aries Libra energy. The sun is still in Aries. So there's the sun, a fire, and a fire going on with this full moon in a Libra energy. So there's a battle between Mars and Venus going on. And there will be struggles these next few weeks, especially around April 13th. Exact days are for the Patreons, but be prepared for chaos, violence, and dramas to arise. On a side note, Russia usually makes headlines in this energy as well. So there is that. Now, Venus goes direct on April 12th, and this means that our cash flow becomes easier to achieve. Anytime Venus goes retrograde, it affects our love life. It brings past lovers into our life, but it also slows our money flow. And so now that it's going to be going direct, it's much better energy. Where was I? Blah, 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 blah. Mercury finally goes direct on April 14th, which is a good thing. And I know modern astrology, it was the 8th, but not in my astrology. And on April 16th, Mercury does enter Aries. So with this being said, Aries slowing down is not going to be in an Aries, or anybody with strong Mars or Aries placements. That will not be in your vocabulary to slow down. It's not on the agenda. Just simply forge forward, Aries. Libra suns will be all about love, peace, affection, and finding that partner in life. Venus, or not Venus, but Libra isn't a pushover, but on a side note, because I was raised with a mother who is a Libra, and they take it and they take it and they take it. But when Libra erupts, it's disturbing. It's very disturbing. And we all go to our corners. But Libra isn't a pushover and will strike with a sword if there is any measure of injustice. So, like the saying goes, live by the sword, die by the sword. That is usually a Libra motto. So I wouldn't poke a Libra too much, or you will see their wrath. Now, it will be all the air signs: Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, and all cardinal signs. So Aries, Libra, Capricorn, and Cancer that are going to feel this energy strongly. But of course, those souls born with a sun, moon, rising, dragon's head, or tail in Libra, north and south nodes, will feel it the absolute strongest. Now, I always give a little horoscope for the sign that the moon is in. So for this one, it's going to be Libra. And so Libra, now this is your moon, dear Libra, and it sits right on you. It's the first house, and this is the house of the self, soul's purpose, appearances, new beginnings, and first impressions. So let's take a look at your journey. Your transition, Libra, began back on October 14th, 2023, when we had a solar eclipse in Libra. Now, March 25th, 2024, brought you a lunar eclipse, which is the emotional side of the energy in Libra, and a time of sadness and even heartbreak. A lot of Libras were going through a hard time back then, but you've rebirthed yourself. And on October 2nd, 2024, with a solar eclipse in Libra, you use that sun's energy in Libra to rebirth yourself, transform yourself from taking the hurt and the pain that you felt in the past and manifesting it into a stronger, more powerful you. I commend. I have a lot of Libras in my life, so I've seen this transition with my own eyes, okay? And it's a good thing. And this made you stronger and better prepared for what the future holds. You learned your own self-worth, you reanalyzed your plans, and you learned to focus on yourself, your self-care, your well-being, and your needs. And it's okay, Libra. Be selfish and put yourself first. Release the negative and bring in the balance and harmony. This full moon will bring positive changes to move forward, as it is in another Venus ruled sign, just like you. Remember, your counterpart in the zodiac, Taurus. Both of your signs are ruled by Venus. So hang in there, Libra, because you got this. And much better days are ahead. Remember, the last universal dragon we had was in an Aries Libra axis. Head in Aries, tail in Libra. So a lot of Libras pretty much transformed themselves. They rose from the ashes. They changed their perspectives on things. So hang in there, Libra. You got this. Now, probably not today or tomorrow, but within the next 2 weeks, there will be a lot of talk about hearing about things about breakups, and we will see on the news and in the headlines breakups, disagreements, and conflicts within marriages. We might hear of people splitting up. This also is about partnerships, and even businesses can dissolve in this energy. So corporations could go under, merge, or go bankrupt. And even in politics, we might see politicians switching sides on either certain things, certain measures that have to be voted on, or seeing things in a very different light. Now, there has been, like I said, a lot of talk about April 20th. Yes, it's Hitler's birthday, and that is really nothing to praise. I'm starting to, on a side note here, become very I just have no tolerance for a Nazi sympathizer. Simply put, I don't give a shit if you love Elon Musk. He's a piece of shit. I said what I said. But there's been a lot of talk about April 20th all over social media. And I am worried as the Sun in Taurus will square with Mars in Leo. And this can create a very impulsive reaction where a lack of forethought will bring downfalls. Always remember, I'm going to say this on a side note. It is not in my newsletter. Always remember this. The politicians that you elect are also governed by those stars. And it's very important to look at someone's stars and see what's going on. But this isn't good. This worries me as it will be affecting Trump's third house, the house of mental clarity. And it also hits his 12th house of the deep subconscious mind. So 3rd and the 12th are the mind. April 20th is going to, pardon my French, fuck with his mind. Something's going to go on with his mind and all Geminis in general that are June born Geminis. This will not affect the May-born Geminis as much as it will affect June-born Geminis. So, if you have a Gemini friend and they seem a little off around the 20th, 21st, it's because Taurus is squaring Mars. Or should I say, the Sun is squaring Mars. This isn't good. This is not a good position as Trump, and all other Geminis that are June born will lack patience. They're going to lack rational thinking, and the ego will override all common sense. All Geminis will be a little off with this square, so beware, Gemini. Now, we all will have to be vigilant in our actions and speech around April 13th as this platonic phase will be very violent. It'll be chaotic, and it will make people mean and nasty towards each other. Remember, there's always something I tell my Patreons, and I will share it with all of you. Anytime we go into a platonic phase, and I've only given you one date of April 13th, Patreons have the full spectrum. Always remember this. No protesting, no large crowds, no meeting strange and unfamiliar people, or going to unfamiliar places, And most of all, you really want to keep an eye out for any kind of cyber crimes, credit card fraud. Also, check your bank accounts often in this energy. Now, criminals thrive in a platonic phase, so be awake, aware, and stay safe. And this also is for the crypto world too. Some of you out there think because your money is stored on a hard wallet, you're safe. I have heard so many horror stories about people that have had their hard wallet ripped off. So check your hard wallets too, because what you think might be safe may not be. Now, around the 21st of April, get ready for some negative and even shocking issues with explosions, earthquakes, electrical outages, bad weather, aeronautics, space news. This also is UAPs, UFOs, ETs, strange and bizarre make headlines, and even water issues due to this Pisces dragon. And no flying this week. No bueno. Stay off the airplanes. On a side note here, this is not in my newsletter, but I did just make a TikTok about this. So a lot of people who are born with a sun sign in Pisces, a rising in Pisces, a moon in Pisces, a dragon's head and tail, north and south node in Pisces, we've been very out of sorts in the last few weeks. I can relate to this because I have a dragon's head in Pisces. And I always tell people, just because the dragon's head is riding on you and it's supposed to be happy and positive, no, it's testing your comfort zone. And for myself, because of where it falls in my chart, it's my dreams, it's the mental clarity. And so I've been very out of sorts for the past week. I've woke up several times in the morning, and you always know, at least people that are in the metaphysical in some way always know that when you wake up in the morning and you're out of sorts and you're kind of in a bad mood, you dreamt something that wasn't all that great. You just can't remember it. And maybe it's your subconscious trying to psychologically block it out. But for the past week, I've woken up a couple of times. Um, just, it's like, oh my God, what the frick is going on here? I'm doing much better now, but I was not a week ago. And it's just all the energies. But when that dragon is riding something as strong as your Pisces, whatever sign, a Pisces, a Neptune, you will feel it more than the average soul. I still don't know what it was I dreamt, but it couldn't have been good. And I have a feeling I dreamt it a couple of different times within the week. Could have been the same dream repeating itself or going deeper into it. I don't know. I'm told myself over the weekend I'm going to do some deep meditation. Maybe I will get some deep downloads. I have a friend who's waiting on standby to do tarot for me. And I told her the other day, she knows who she is. I was just not in the right state of mind to deal with anything negative, positive, or otherwise. So all my Pisces are those with strong Neptunian energy. Just know we're feeling it. And sometimes those feelings can be negative. Sometimes they can be positive. It just depends. Now, that was my side note. These next few weeks are to make yourself and family the priority. Self-care will be important, and focus on better mental health, better looks in life, and getting out into nature wouldn't hurt to clear the mind and rest the soul. And if you're a water sign, on a side note here, if you are a water sign, um, water signs especially, so Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, you guys regenerate with water. So get to the water. It will help. Now, I pulled a few cards yesterday for my Patreons, and I will show you the oracle card I pulled for them. And it's actually very perfect for this full moon. This is the card of rest and rejuvenation. Just going to hide the glare there. You see a man sitting there meditating in his stillness. And that's really what this universe wants for us. This is card 19, and it is about relaxation and meditation. And as you can see, this card shows a man in a meditation and tranquil state. This message here is that it is time to relax. You may have been busy lately, and you should soon be finding more time just to let things go. That Libra moon wanting will make you let go of things. When you do, allow yourself to go within and open up to the peace and wisdom that are vibrating here. This card upright always indicates that there should be more leisure time for yourself, and making time for yourself, and more of an opportunity to engage in peaceful thinking. Remember, balance and harmony. Your connection to spirit brings great assistance, and it can only be achieved through regular relaxation and meditation. Now is a great time to make sure you insert this gentle activity into your daily life. In many ways, this is far more productive than unseizing action. Excuse me. So it is the next 2 weeks. It is really time to focus on ourselves. Self-care, meditation, long walks, deep thoughts, things like that. And put things to rest and relax a little bit. Turn off the TV and just be one with the universe. That is my message, and I'm wishing you all a very blessed full moon, and I will see you soon. Ciao.